In this video, we're going to show you 3 ways to start exposing your aggressive dog to new people and other dogs. I'm Will, your trainer here at Kindly Canine Training, and we're getting into it right now. Keep it slow and advocate for your dog. You can try walking your dog at a time of day that is less busy or during weather conditions that are less than ideal. Or you can just take your dog to a whole area that you already know has less dog and or foot traffic. Be aware of your dog's subtle body language and cues of stress. If their ears are forward and their tail is up and not wagging, or they're standing very forward, your dog is about to be aggressive. If their tail is tucked under them, they're moving closer to you, leaning up against you, or going behind you, or sniffing around when you know there's really nothing to sniff, that's a good sign that your dog is feeling very fearful, nervous, stressful, or unsure of their current environment. It's very important to advocate for a dog, especially one that's fearful or nervous. So when somebody does approach and you start seeing these signs in your dog, move your dog away. And if there's nowhere to go and somebody is coming relatively close, put yourself in between your dog and the other person and or dog. Make sure you point your toes to your dog and turn at the waist, whichever direction they're coming, and let them know with a hand signal as well as your voice to keep their distance. If you want to learn how to get rid of unwanted behaviors and bring balance back to your pack, start right now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. It's also important every time you take your dog out to make sure you feel good about yourself. Show your dog that you're confident yet relaxed by walking proud and letting your arms swing naturally. Make sure there's enough slack in the leash so you can swing your arms naturally without causing unnecessary tension in the leash, which sends the wrong signal to your dog through that leash. And be in the moment when you're out with your dog. Don't think about all the bad things they did the last time or the time before that, which can cause you to cringe and tighten up and again send the wrong signals to your dog through the leash. Doing these things will show your dog that you care and that you're aware of how they're feeling, and that you're there to protect them as well as yourself so they don't have to. Tip number 2, keep it short and don't push them too hard. Cut each walk fairly short and end on a positive note. Go 10 to 15 minutes or till you've seen 3 to 5 people, but try to make sure you end it before your dog starts showing those nervous signs. But if 15 minutes goes by and you haven't seen anybody or any of those stressful signs in your dog, then you can just keep on going. The more you go out and come back in without any feelings of stress in your dog, the more likely they're going to want to go out and the less likely they are to act out when you're out on the leash. Step number 3, keep it safe and stay in control. If your dog is known to bite other dogs or humans, make sure you use a muzzle for everybody's safety. And stay in control by using leash corrections anytime your dog is fixating on someone else, another dog, a squirrel, or whatever comes across your way. If someone does come by and you need to get off the path, this is a great time to start working on those things that you practice at home, like sit, stay, place, and the like. I prefer a sit with their dog's back to the distraction. It's easier for them to look up at you when they're in the seated position. That is, if it doesn't appear that the people or dogs are coming all that close to you. That way you can work on getting your dog to focus on you. If you want to learn how to get your dog to focus on you, watch part 2. Calmly reward your dog when they're focused on you and give a leash correction or leash pop anytime your dog starts fixated on something else. If it looks like oncomers are going to come pretty close to you and your dog, then I like to get it down with your dog facing the oncomers and do like we talked about before with your toes pointed towards the dog, and then you can turn and give a stopping motion whatever direction they're coming from, and also tell them verbally, like I said before, to keep their distance. That's about it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Will, your trainer here at Kindly Canine Training. Have a good one, and later on.